Oh yeah.
That's a handsome sandwich.
Hi everybody, it's Bill from The Walks of Life, and today we're gonna do something a little different. A St. Paul sandwich. I knew nothing about a St. Paul sandwich until a few of our readers pointed out, hey, why don't you make a classic? It's a St. Paul sandwich. It was invented by a man from St. Paul, but he moved to St. Louis, and apparently he owned a Chinese restaurant. He made Egg Foo Young, and he decided to make an egg sandwich, but it's an Egg Foo Young sandwich. So a fried Egg Foo Young patty on white bread, a little bit of lettuce, tomato, mayo, and you know what? I was instantly hooked. So today, without ever trying a St. Paul sandwich, we're gonna try to make it for you today. So here's what you need to make this St. Paul sandwich. You need white bread, a little mayo, you need some dill pickle, a tomato, lettuce, and of course, our beloved Egg Foo Young recipe. It's real simple. You need your choice of protein, which today we're using roast pork, but you could also use ham, you could use chicken, whatever you like. You need mung bean sprout, you need chopped onion, and plenty of eggs. And of course, a little bit of binder, which is cornstarch, a little sesame oil. Some hot oil, we're gonna deep fry your Egg Foo Young. And of course, you can also pan fry your Egg Foo Young if you like. We also have that in our Egg Foo Young video, so check out both methods. So from everything that I can tell and I've seen online, the St. Paul sandwich has no gravy on it and it's not served with any gravy. But what is Egg Foo Young without gravy? So you know what, we're gonna make up some gravy. We have a whole YouTube video and a detailed recipe on our blog on how to make Egg Foo Young gravy. We're at the wok now, so we're gonna make our gravy, put our oil in there, and we're gonna make our roux. We're gonna add the turmeric and paprika. Next, our aromatics, the shallot and the garlic. Give that a good stir. And now for the chicken stock. It's a lot of gravy for this St. Paul sandwich, but we like gravy. Next, gonna add a little sesame oil, half teaspoon of dark soy sauce, a little soy sauce, about a tablespoon of oyster sauce. Oop, that's a little heavy on the oyster sauce, but it's okay. Oh yeah. We're gonna stir up our cornstarch slurry because it's settled. In the cornstarch slurry, we can use water or we can use some chicken stock. Always drizzle it in. If you add it all at once and it's a little too much, you could always add a little bit more chicken stock, but it's better to drizzle it in so you don't get lumps. All right, that's a nice consistency. Beautiful. Turn that off, I'm gonna put it in the pot. There we go. I tell you, spoonula was the best invention ever. All right, I'm gonna put a cover on it so it doesn't form a little skin. So the Egg Foo Young patty is pretty simple to make. Just gonna dice this onion real quick. We're gonna make the batter. It's about a cup and a half of onions, 2 cups of bean sprouts. The reason why I'm not worried about a little extra is because we got jumbo-sized eggs from our chickens. So I'm gonna put a little bit of sesame oil in here, a teaspoon of cornstarch, which is a little cheap because it helps bind things together. So when you order Egg Foo Young, you got a choice. You got ham Egg Foo Young, beef Egg Foo Young, chicken Egg Foo Young, and a St. Paul sandwich. You got the same thing. You got a vegetarian St. Paul sandwich, you got a pork sandwich, you got a ham. Because I have some tasio in the refrigerator, I'm gonna make a pork Egg Foo Young. You gotta make sure your eggs are really cold so that they really bind, otherwise they're gonna turn watery. And your bean sprouts should also be right out of the fridge so they're nice and crunchy. But we're gonna crack our eggs. There are 6 of them here. Look at this bad boy. Look at that boy. It's a big egg. That chicken jumps on me every time I go out there. I think she's the head of the pecking order. Okay, here's our batter. And now, before I mix it, I'm gonna go right to the stove because I wanna make sure the oil temperature is right up to temp. And once I mix this, I don't want this to get watery. And notice we have not put any salt in here because the salt will actually make the eggs a little bit watery. For more seasoning on your Egg Foo Young, you sprinkle it on afterwards, a little salt, and that's what we're gonna do for this sandwich. So our oil is at 350, which is perfect temperature because once we put the Egg Foo Young patties in, it'll drop down to 325 and we'll maintain that 325 frying temperature. Here's our batter. We're ready to fry. You just mix it. Now I could see why people want an Egg Foo Young omelet. You got basically all of the items in here. And the way you do it, put it on the side here and go nice and easy and let the oil do its work. That's one. And hey, you can just creep it back if it's going a little bit crazy here. And then we're gonna do our next one. This will be plenty for the sandwich, trust me. Okay. take a little bit for frying egg foo young. See this little stray piece? I'm just gonna put it right on top of the wet, and it's gonna stick. This is the first patty, I'm flipping it over. Whoa, look at that, baby.
Perfect.
You spoon the oil on, it helps it cook. When you do it this way, in the oil and it floats, you get a nice fluffy patty.
Whoa. St. Paul's sandwich, here we come.
All right, they're ready to come out. I'm just gonna put it on the spider, I'm gonna gently squeeze the oil out, and I'm gonna put the patties on the cast iron, which is what I like to use for staging. So this looks like the first patty. Woohoo, look how fluffy, delightfully fluffy they are. So I'm just gonna give this a little squeeze. Put this over here to stage, and we're gonna fry our second batch. So best practices also for your egg foo young is to, in between frying, clean up your oil so you don't get burnt bits, and it actually prolongs the life of your oil. All right, here we go.
So we get 6 patties out of it?
We're gonna get 6 patties. You could make double-decker sandwiches. Now, what do? You got this little bit left here. This last one was light, so we just put it right on top. Look at how these eggs puff up. That's the beauty. I'm gonna transfer these that were done first onto a plate. Taking our second batch out, and that excess oil drip off. Patience, patience. Yeah, you gotta get this extra oil off. You don't want a greasy sandwich either. All right, it's time to build our St. Paul sandwich, and I'm excited. I feel like I'm in a deli in St. Louis. So I gotta get 2 nice pieces of white bread, and we're gonna get our mayo. And I'm a mayo guy, so I'm not holding back on this mayo. Lettuce on the bottom and the top. And then I was gonna do a double patty, but it looks a little decadent. We got our patty on here. We've got our gravy. Then I'm just gonna do this. Whoa, that is sweet. 2 and 3 slices of tomato. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Got our dill pickle. I'm gonna put 3 healthy slices. How about 4? One more, yeah. Some people like onion, but I feel like a St. Paul sandwich needs a little green onion, a little scallion. And look at that, baby. That is what I call a St. Paul sandwich. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna cut it right down the middle. Here's the reveal, right there.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. So next, I'm gonna put a little gravy in this little gravy boat. I have a little gravy on the sandwich, but I have a feeling I'm gonna want some extra gravy. Let's go to the tasting room.
The tasting room.
Oh boy. St. Paul sandwich with a little gravy on the side. I'm gonna take a bite. I see the attraction to the sandwich. It's good. The mayo, the tomato, the dill pickle, the egg foo young, and the gravy, and the Coca-Cola. So good. And the gravy. Look at that.
Pretty good, huh?
The St. Paul sandwich, and believe me, I was blown away by it. Egg foo young on white bread with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. It is so good. So if you enjoyed this video and you like the St. Paul sandwich, give the video a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us at thewalksoflife.com for more of your favorite recipes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Tell me when to move my finger.
Remove the finger. Okay, that's enough. Stop.
Step away.
Now that was a St. Paul sandwich. Now I've never had it out, but if it's anything as good as this one.
Hold on.
She's coming. She's like,
Buddy, buddy, you want a sandwich?
she just drooled.
Good girl, here you go.